Hey everyone, ready for another deep dive?
Let's do it.
Today we're tackling how societal systems impact women.
Sounds intense.
It is. And to guide us, we have Burn It Down, a manifesto for female supremacy.
Definitely a bold title.
Bold's an understatement. We're talking chapters like psychological warfare
Ooh, getting right into it.
and redefining success beyond capitalism.
I'm intrigued. What's the main argument?
It's basically saying all these systems, from media to religion,
Okay, yeah.
they all work to keep women down.
Makes you think, doesn't it?
It really does. And one of the first things the book dives into is how cultural norms enforce traditional gender roles.
Ah, I see. Those unspoken rules we all follow.
Exactly. Like, think about it. In kindergarten, teachers praise boys for being enthusiastic,
Right?
but girls, they get rewarded for being quiet and listening.
Wow. Yeah. That's such a common experience.
And it seems so subtle, but it shapes us early on.
Totally. If we're always told to be quiet and agreeable, it affects our confidence later on. Career choices, relationships, everything.
The book also talks about how this plays out in the media, especially reality TV.
Oh, interesting.
It's always pitting women against each other. Like who's going to get the guy?
Right. The drama.
And it emphasizes looks and relationships over actual accomplishments.
It's like they're telling us your value lies in your relationship status, not your brain.
Exactly. And it makes you wonder, how much of that are we internalizing?
It's got to have an impact, right? If that's all you see.
Definitely. And then there's capitalism. This book goes hard on how it exploits women.
Yeah, how so?
Think about all the unpaid work we do.
Oh, absolutely. Childcare, housework, it never ends.
And the book says trillions of dollars are lost every year because that work isn't valued.
Trillions. Seriously.
Seriously. And then there's a motherhood penalty.
Don't even get me started.
It's like having kids makes you less competent in their eyes.
Which is total BS, obviously.
And the book uses the beauty industry as a prime example of how capitalism preys on women. It's like we're constantly told we're not good enough.
Not thin enough, not young enough.
Yeah, totally. And it makes us feel insecure, so we'll buy more products.
It's a trap.
A very profitable one. Now let's talk about religion.
Okay. How does that fit in?
Well, the book argues that it's often used to justify patriarchal structures.
That makes sense. I mean, there are definitely some traditional interpretations out there.
Right. And the author shares this story about overhearing a pastor talking about wives submitting to their husbands.
As unto the Lord.
Yep, exactly that. It's a reminder of how deeply ingrained these beliefs are.
And how they can be used to control women.
For sure. The book also talks about things like veiling and foot binding.
Wow. Those are pretty extreme examples.
So it shows how some interpretations view women as possessions.
It's disturbing when you really think about it.
Absolutely. And speaking of disturbing, the book dives deep into the psychological warfare waged against women.
Oh, I'm curious about that. What does that look like?
Well, it talks about the male gaze and how it impacts our mental health,
Right. Constantly being judged and objectified.
and delves into those manipulative tactics that make us question ourselves.
Like gaslighting.
Yes, when we're told we're overreacting or being too sensitive,
It makes you doubt your own reality.
and the book encourages us to fight back, to trust our gut.
It's about reclaiming our power.
And speaking of power, let's move on to relationships. The book has a whole section dedicated to revolutionizing how we connect with each other.
Okay, I'm all ears. What does that entail?
It starts by dismantling that strong, silent man myth.
Oh, interesting.
It argues that emotional repression hurts everyone, men and women.
Makes sense. Bottling things up isn't healthy for anyone.
And the book highlights this double standard where women are expected to be vulnerable, but men are discouraged from showing any weakness.
It's a recipe for an imbalanced relationship.
Totally. And it leads to women carrying the emotional weight.
So, what's the solution? What does a healthy relationship look like, according to the book?
It's about vulnerability on both sides, open communication, and a complete shift in the power dynamic.
I love that. It's about equality and mutual respect.
Exactly. And one of the most refreshing things about this book is how it challenges us to redefine success.
Oh, I'm so glad we're talking about this because those old measures of success.
I know, right? The money, the status.
It's all so empty.
The book throws all that out the window and says, forget those capitalist standards.
What does it say instead?
It focuses on emotional well-being, community impact, and collaboration.
Now, those are things worth striving for.
It's about creating a life that feels meaningful, not just one that looks impressive on paper.
It's about finding true fulfillment. I love that.
And you know what else I appreciate about this book? It doesn't shy away from the intersection of gender and race.
Ah, yes. That's so important to address.
It acknowledges that women of color face unique challenges.
Absolutely. Our experiences are not all the same.
And it calls out those harmful stereotypes that are so prevalent.
Like what?
Like how black women are stereotyped as angry,
It's so frustrating.
and Latina women are hypersexualized. Asian women are seen as submissive.
These stereotypes have real-world consequences.
For sure, they limit opportunities and perpetuate discrimination.
So what's the solution? How do we combat these stereotypes?
The book stresses the importance of an intersectional approach to feminism.
Right, we need to recognize and address the unique struggles of all women.
And now, for a topic that's sure to spark some debate: men in feminism.
Ooh, here we go.
This book is pretty direct about the role men need to play.
Meaning?
It's not about blaming them, but it's about acknowledging their privilege and calling them to action.
I can see that. Men definitely have a part to play in dismantling the patriarchy.
It's about confronting their own biases and working to dismantle those sexist systems that benefit them.
Right. It's not enough to just say you support equality. You have to actively work for it.
And the book talks about some concrete steps men can take.
Like what?
Things like amplifying women's voices,
Okay, yeah.
advocating for equal pay,
Yeah.
and challenging sexist language and behavior.
So basically putting those words into action.
Exactly. And lastly, this book is all about the power of collective action.
Oh, I love that. There's strength in numbers, right?
Absolutely. It highlights the importance of movements like the women's suffrage movement and #MeToo.
Those were game changers.
And it celebrates grassroots organizations and women's cooperatives that are empowering women in their communities.
It's inspiring to see women taking charge and creating change.
So that's a taste of what Burn It Down is all about. What's resonating with you so far? What's standing out as particularly relevant?
What connections are you making to your own life? We'll be back in a moment to continue our exploration.
Welcome back. We're digging deeper into Burn It Down and its solutions.
It's not just about pointing fingers, right? It's about taking action.
Exactly. And a big focus is education, how it can perpetuate inequality. Oh, totally. Remember that kindergarten example?
The good listeners versus the enthusiastic boys.
Yeah, the book calls it the hidden curriculum.
Yeah,
Those unspoken lessons about gender roles.
I see. Like even dress codes often target girls more.
Right, sending the message that their bodies are distracting.
It all adds up, you know? Shapes how girls see themselves.
Makes you wonder how much those early experiences stick with us.
Absolutely. And the book also points out how girls are steered away from STEM fields.
Yeah. Like science and tech are for boys. Come on.
And that contributes to the gender gap in those fields.
Less opportunities, less representation for women. It's a cycle.
But the book doesn't just complain, it offers solutions. Like imagine a feminist education.
What would that even look like?
Dismantling that hidden curriculum, addressing teacher bias,
Okay, yeah.
creating a space where everyone feels valued, regardless of gender,
I love that. Teaching kids about equality from day one.
empowering the next generation to challenge those norms.
Okay, let's talk about something a little controversial. Woke culture.
This book isn't afraid of it, that's for sure.
It embraces it, actually. Sees it as a necessary step.
Towards what?
Dismantling systemic oppression. Being woke means being aware of injustice.
And actively working to change it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the book acknowledges that the term's been misused.
Oh, totally. People try to use it to shut down conversations.
But the book says we shouldn't let them dilute the movement.
We need to hold each other accountable. Call out BS when we see it.
Okay, now for one of the most radical ideas, the feminist economy.
Ooh, that sounds interesting. What does that entail?
It's a complete overhaul of the current system.
Wow. Bold move.
Capitalism, as it stands, is seen as inherently exploitative towards women.
I can see that. The wage gap, the undervaluing of care work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the way corporations use women as marketing tools but don't give them leadership roles.
It's hypocritical, to say the least. So what's the alternative?
Collaboration over competition. Valuing care work. Promoting women's leadership.
Okay, I like where this is going.
It's about putting people and well-being ahead of profits.
It's about time. Sounds pretty utopian, though, doesn't it?
Maybe, but the book argues it's necessary for survival. Not just for women, for the planet too.
Ah, the environmental aspect. Can't forget about that.
It's all connected. The book says endless growth is destroying our planet.
Sustainable development is key.
A feminist economy would prioritize that, along with social justice.
I'm seeing a theme here. Collective action. This book really emphasizes that.
It's the key to lasting change. Movements like the women's suffrage movement.
And hashtag Me Too. Powerful examples.
Telling what we can achieve when we work together.
And the book celebrates those smaller efforts too.
Like what?
Grassroots organizations, women's cooperatives, empowering women in their communities.
It's inspiring. Proof that we don't need permission to create change.
We can build the world we want to see right now.
And art and activism play a role too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The book talks about how art can challenge norms and raise awareness.
From the suffrage movement to contemporary artists critiquing the patriarchy.
And don't forget about Zines, independent publications where women share their stories.
Reclaiming our narratives. Using creativity for good. I love it.
The Women's March in 2017, millions protesting. That was collective action in action.
And hashtag Me Too. Exposing the pervasiveness of sexual harassment.
Powerful examples of how solidarity can create real change. A global ripple effect.
So we've talked about changing systems, but what about changing ourselves? The book tackles redefining success.
Oh yes, letting go of those old capitalist measures of success.
The book encourages us to create a life that feels authentic and fulfilling, on our own terms.
Prioritizing our well-being, recognizing that our worth isn't tied to productivity.
Take a moment and think. What's sparking your curiosity? What ideas are challenging your assumptions? What feels most urgent for you to explore further?
And we're back for the final part of our deep dive into Burn It Down.
We've covered so much ground already. Cultural norms,
No.
capitalism, religion.
It's a lot to unpack.
But we can't wrap things up without talking about the role men play in all of this.
Right. They're part of the equation too.
And this book doesn't hold back. It calls men out on their complicity in upholding the patriarchy.
I mean, they benefit from it, right?
But it also offers a way forward. It shows men how to be true allies in the fight for equality.
Okay, I'm listening. What does that look like?
First and foremost, it's about understanding their privilege.
That can be a tough one for some guys to swallow.
It's not about guilt-tripping them. It's about recognizing how the system works in their favor.
Seeing things from a different perspective.
Exactly. And the book talks about how men are often raised to be stoic and strong, suppressing their emotions.
The strong, silent type. We've all seen that stereotype.
And it argues that this emotional repression is harmful, not just for men, but for everyone.
Right, it fuels those toxic power dynamics.
The book challenges men to embrace vulnerability, connect with their emotions, and redefine masculinity.
Break free from those limiting roles.
It's about evolving, not demonizing men. And it's also about moving beyond passive allyship.
Meaning, what does active allyship look like for men?
It means taking concrete steps, amplifying women's voices, calling out sexist behavior, advocating for policies that promote equality.
Putting those words into action.
Now, let's talk about one of the most powerful forces we have. Female solidarity.
Oh, yes. We are stronger together.
The system tries to pit us against each other, make us compete for scraps.
Divide and conquer.
But this book calls for a shift, away from scarcity mentality and towards collaboration and empowerment.
It's about recognizing our shared struggle and supporting each other.
Exactly. It highlights things like women's cooperatives and mentoring programs as ways to build that solidarity.
Creating a more supportive and empowering community.
And it's not just about women in our own little bubble.
Right, the struggle is global.
The book talks about the challenges faced by women in developing countries.
Where gender inequality can be even more deeply entrenched.
It emphasizes the importance of international solidarity. Sharing stories, learning from each other, supporting each other's fights.
Our liberation is interconnected.
And as we wrap up, I want to touch on something really important. Self-care.
Yes! We can't forget about that.
It's easy to get burnt out fighting for change.
It takes a toll, emotionally and physically.
The book reminds us that self-care is an act of resistance.
It's not selfish, it's essential.
It's about taking care of ourselves so we can show up as our best selves in this fight.
Replenishing our energy, refocusing our minds.
So as we come to the end of our deep dive into Burn It Down, I want to ask you one final question. What are you going to burn down?
What systems, what beliefs, what limitations are you ready to let go of?
This book is a call to action. It's about creating a more just and equitable future for all women.
And remember, you're not alone in this fight. There's a global community of women and allies working towards the same goal.
Connect with them, offer your support, and let's burn it all down together.
And if you want to dive deeper into these ideas, be sure to check out Burn It Down, a manifesto for female supremacy.
You can find it on Amazon Kindle and Google Playbooks. It's a powerful read that will challenge your thinking and ignite your passion for change.